Bonjour and Happy New Year. My name is Zoe. It is January 2nd and yesterday I had a 12-hour hangover. Have I learned my lesson? God, I hope so. When you need a recovery day from your hangover, you know you're getting old. And now that I'm 22, you gotta watch out. The dangers of partying too hard aside, I really do love New Year's. I think it is a great holiday that has a lot of potential for joy. And I like that there's a lot of different ways you can celebrate it. Like you can celebrate it with friends, you can celebrate with family, with a partner, you can celebrate by staying in at home alone and having a bath. Doesn't that sound amazing? There's no obligation to celebrate a certain way, and I think that that makes it different than like Christmas, where there's this pressure to be with family and not everyone has family to be around, or not everyone gets along with their families. For me, I really like rituals. I like the idea of closing out and honoring the past year before embracing the new year. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the things that I have done or am doing as part of a ritual of transition. Shut up. Number 1, clean your phone. Why don't you do this more often? Get some 70% isopropyl alcohol and wipe that baby down, let it sit for a bit, and kill the germs on your phone. Why aren't you doing this more often? Maybe you are, and I'm projecting. I don't do this often enough. Zoe, clean your phone more often, please. Number 2, in the same vein, clean your makeup brushes if you use them. You would not keep reusing the same dishes over and over again without ever washing them. These go on your face. Clean them. And while you're at it, might as well do your makeup bag if you use makeup. And throw out any old, expired, dried up products. You can replace them. Girl, that brow gel costs like $3 at the drugstore. Just buy a new one. Then look for something in the linen closet and not be able to find it and end up reorganizing the linen closet. Hey, it worked. And then finally, change your sheets. There is nothing like a set of fresh sheets to start off the new year. To start off anything, really. There's just nothing like clean bedding. It's so good. Last year, I started a couple of new traditions that I plan on continuing forward. The first one being to make a vision board / mood board, whatever you want to call it, for the upcoming year. I made one for 2022 and I really liked it, and I really liked the process of making it, so I did one again this year. I sourced photos that I liked from Pinterest, and then I went onto Canva, which is a free website that you can use, and made a collage out of them and added the year onto it, and then downloaded it and saved it as my desktop background. This way, every time I go on my computer, which is obviously a lot, I'm reminded of my goals and aspirations and just the vibe that I want for this year. And I felt like it has been instrumental in helping me stay focused over the past year. So I'm gonna keep on doing it. The other thing I started doing last year was a sort of intentional end-of-year journaling exercise. I was inspired by a video by Maddie Drosbeck, who is a YouTuber that I absolutely love. I will link her video. A lot of the prompts I used were from her video, and then I added some of my own, some others that I found online, just because they were the things I wanted to write about. So I'm going to talk a bit about those. I'm not obviously going to share all of my answers with you because A, that would take a really long time, and B, it's personal, but I will go over the gist of it. Here we go. 1, what are you proudest of from this past year? I think it's good to start with such a positive outlook to really remember all the things that you actually did really well this year. I am proudest of the fact that I did things that I had been wanting to do for so long, but had been holding myself back from due to fear. Now, this is namely in reference to my acting career, but also just in making decisions for myself without prioritizing other people's needs over them. Obviously, there's a lot of times when it's good to prioritize other people, but when you're making your own life decisions, you do really need to be okay with them for yourself first. The sun is really coming out. The second question was, what was the biggest challenge I faced this year? For me, I think the biggest challenge this year was learning when to walk away. You can't control everything, and sometimes when something's not working, you have to say, this situation isn't right for me, and I'm removing myself from it. And that applies to a lot of different situations. So that was something that was pretty big for me this year. Question 3, what is your favorite memory of 2022? Also, just very good for remembering that you did an awesome thing this year. For me, it is Sweden. Absolutely, without a doubt, going to Sweden, flying there, the whole trip. Not just because it was just a crazy cool opportunity, but because I rarely feel so completely right in the path I'm on as I did on that trip. I was like, even if I never book another gig, everything that I have done has been worth it because it got me to this point in this experience. And it validated all the things that I've been wanting to do. So that was good. Question 4. What do you want to feel in 2023? Last year, I think I wrote powerful because I was feeling really weak. I don't know other way to describe that, but I thought it was interesting to compare this year's and last year's because this year I just wrote excited. I want to feel unabashedly joyous and like I'm truly enjoying every moment of my life, and I want to feel brave enough to try new things, and I think it just shows that I'm in a lot better of a place than I was a year ago. Question 5. What do you want to release in 2023? I love when I'm clearly writing stream of consciousness because I wrote fear. Though I know that will never be possible because life is about living through fear. So perhaps I want to release the specific fear that I don't need other people to like me or I won't have worth. Yeah, constantly trying to prove that you are enough for anything. It's exhausting, and that's something that I want to continue to release. Question 6. I didn't number these on the page. I'm just going off. 6, let's say it. What kind of relationships do you want to invite into your life in 2023? I think this is a very good question. I think we go along kind of blindly, and we're not always intentional about the kind of relationships we have in our lives. For me, both last year and this year, romantic relationships are not a priority, and what is a priority for me is nurturing and cultivating the amazing friendships that I already have. Those are the ones that have been bringing me the most joy. Next question. 7. What is something you want to learn in 2023? Last year, I had a whole list of things that I wanted to learn, and this year I want to practice those things. Practice driving, speaking French, playing guitar, singing, roller skating. I have all these hobbies that I just kind of half know, but I want to get good at them. So more practice, 2023. 8. What is a goal that you have that feels too far-fetched to say out loud? I think it's good to admit these to yourselves, but by nature of the question, I'm not going to say it out loud. No, I've completely lost count. I don't care. What do you want to do more of in 2023, and what do you want to do less of? More laughing, more playing outside, more video making, less perfectionism, because I think that holds me back a lot. What do you want to create this year? This can be either abstract or literal. I want to do a lot more cooking. I want to write more songs. I want to make more videos. And in general, I want to create a life that feels so full, like I'm not waiting for my life to begin. I think I'm already doing a pretty good job of that, but it's a priority for me, so I wrote it down. What makes you come alive, and how will you do more of it in 2023? For me, I've noticed how much I start my sentences with "for me." Obviously, it's for me. This is my video. Spending time with people that I love. That's what I've noticed this past year, is that I feel so good when I spend time with my friends, and I want to make more plans with people. I used to, for some reason, not feel like I could be the one making plans, but I totally can. Also, professional success. Some amount of that I have control over, some of that I don't, but I can keep working on being the best actor that I can be and being prepared and showing up as my best self for my work. How will you prioritize your healing / well-being in 2023? Originally the question was healing. I added well-being because I didn't feel like healing was the right word for me this year. I wrote a lot of stuff for this, but self-care is a big one, and that looks different for every person. I like to take action so that I can look at it and say to myself, look, you're doing a good job. I feel good when my space is clean and I know that I did a good job. I feel healthy when I know that I ate my veggies. When I make plans and follow through, I know that I can trust myself, and that fosters a feeling of love and safety within myself. And the more I do of that, the better I feel towards myself, and just having trust that I can handle life. And that is a feeling that is instrumental to my well-being. Then a space for gratitude, just writing about all the things that you're grateful for. A lot of those obviously very personal, but I'm sure you can imagine a lot of love for the people in my life and for the situation I'm in and the opportunities that I've had. And lastly, what is your guiding word or phrase for 2023. I don't think I wrote mine down from last year because I can't find it and I can't remember it. So I made a point to write it down this year. And this year, my guiding word is flourish. To flourish is to grow or develop in a healthy or vigorous way, especially as the result of a particularly favorable environment. To me, when I hear the word flourish, I think of a rich, vibrant garden. I wrote down my answer here. The soil is the love I'm surrounded by, and I am both the plants and also the caretaker in the garden, watering it, keeping pests out, etc. I love a good metaphor. It's just a word that feels right for the year I'm about to go into. I just want to flourish. And I started off flourishing by getting ready to go to a fabulous New Year's Eve party that would result in much illness, but you know what? It was really, really fun. And yes, of course I brought treats. Happy New Year. I love you guys so much. I can't believe I've been doing this for like 2 years now, and I want to keep on doing it because it's really fun, and I'm gonna try and put less pressure on myself to make extravagant videos because sometimes that means not making them at all. So happy New Year, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Like a stream that feeds the boulder, break through the wood. Who can say I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
Do I look like I'm crying?
You do look like you're crying. Look at all the tears on his face! It's on camera now.
I want to see it. Oh, you were filming.
Hurry up, I want to sing Nickelback.